Last night I woke up at 30 and I thought about you. There were signs on the trail that warned me to stop signs. The speed limit decreased to about 10 at the end of the town. About halfway there was almost raining at the train station. We threw the train station. We threw rocks into the river. The river underneath the train tracks. And when the train came, it was so big and powerful. When it came into the little station, I wanted to put my arms around it. But the conductor looked at me funny. So we had to say goodbye and wait. The Monopoly board still in the backseat. To the 90 to get out of town. Raise the heat, the speed limits again. Where should I go? What should I do? Eat lunch. What should I do? Eat dinner. What should I do? Go to bed. Where should I go? Go to the store. Where should I go? Apply for jobs. Where should I go? Go to bed. I wrote these things when I thought you were taken. I wrote these funeral when I knew you were taken. I wrote these. Well, that wasn't about you, but it could have been. But it couldn't have been. So we can do the city. And at the time you were gone, I spent a week in Illinois. And at the time you were still gone, I remember I was drunk when I came out to my friends. I never came out to my friends. It was all on Skype. And I laughed and I changed the subject. They would switch to dog motif. I said, do you have something against
Oh, sick elephant bracelet. Is that from the Shieldrick Wildlife Trust?
I don't know, a friend gave it to me. How did you hear about it?
Oh, you know, I mean, I just really love animals.
Make sure to only say good things about your mom.
My mom especially likes elephants, though. They're just like so kind and smart despite their size. And I love that saying about their memory. Wait, hold on. What's the difference between an elephant and a grape?
I don't know, a grape's a fruit?
A grape is purple.
Why do I always tell people I'm vegetarian?
Did I tell you I'm vegetarian?
No. I mean, that must be pretty hard on your campus though, right?
I mean, it seems like there's a lot of options. Really everyone should like switch to being plant-based in my opinion. I kind of hate meat eaters.
I actually eat meat.
Really? That's so weird, because like, I mean, why did you get the elephant bracelet then? I mean, I guess ivory poaching and the industrial killing and torture of animals for food are kind of a little bit different, but I mean, they're still bad for the environment.
Right. Your agenda's slipping.
I mean, but do you think I'm a bad person for eating meat?
I mean,
I don't really support veganism as like an absolute lifestyle anymore.
Oh, yes I do.
I didn't actually say that, but I just think it's like a little weird that you would support this one cause, not another.
But the difference is I need meat to survive. Or am I just supposed to not survive?
People actually don't need meat to survive. I think most vegetarians just need to eat a little B12 gummies and they're actually eating healthier than the meat eaters. Like,
I read somewhere that most middle-aged Americans have 10 pounds of undigested red meat in their colons.
This guy has no idea what's going on.
I'd consider cutting back on meat, but I don't think I could get rid of it entirely.
It seems like that's what a lot of people are saying these days, though. Yeah, I guess I would consider limiting how much meat I eat, and then just fall back into habit.
But it is a habit, and I can choose to break it at any point.
Because she's playing the voice of reason. Okay, I'm out. I guess that's true. I guess that's true. I don't know if I'd be so quick though. There's still options, convenience, taste, and a bunch of other factors to consider. I'm training for a triathlon right now, actually, and it's been pretty hard to get all the protein I need for my training.
That's amazing. You're running a triathlon? I could never do that.
Really, you can do anything.
Not anything. I have hemophilia.
But you could still run, right?
Yeah, I work out, but I've never had big ambitions regarding competitive sports because of my condition. It's also just such a big commitment for something I feel like doesn't matter that much.
Well, competitive sports translates into real-world competitiveness.
Sure, but I'm already competing with all the non-hemophiliacs on a daily basis, and ideally we don't need competition in what you call the real world.
Wait, why? I just disagree. Competition promotes improvement and perfection. It's an invisible hand for increased quality all around. It's one of the inherent qualities of life and ecology.
Sometimes maybe, but it also promotes apathy and a lack of collaboration, putting the world into terms of winners and losers, when really everyone has a talent or valuable experiences that could be factored into the human thought system through collaboration.
But is everyone valuable?
Don't be blinded by what's common. Welcome to One Question.
Let's run on questions here. Could we expect everyone to contribute to something or fulfill their purpose? Because I might believe that lives are inherently less valuable than others if they are not applied to something substantial by the end of their life. A life can actually have no meaning.
I disagree, but okay, I'll meet you where you're at. Would someone only not be valuable after their life is over? Because while they're living, they could still at any moment do something substantial. And every person would have infinite potential because of that, right?
Okay, but wouldn't the people already doing stuff be more valuable than those not doing stuff who only have potential? Because, what about smaller infinities versus larger infinities? It's like that trolley problem. I'd save the 3 people because that's 3 infinities versus 1 infinity of the 1 person that's getting killed. Or save a kid over an adult because the kid has more time to live, so it's a larger infinity, while the adult has less time, and then that means a smaller infinity.
That seems logical under the system you've presented, which completely devalues both love and the moment, but how do you support competition then? By allowing more people to be involved due to complete equality and the solidarity that comes with it, you're allowing a greater amount of value to be harvested for change towards an ideal of goodness versus the more binary-like system of competition, which may yield more product, whatever that means, per individual, but less on average due to the amount of potential that's limited. It seems like you're treating living people as numbers from a completely materialist perspective that is actually numbers from sociologically or psychology or
Tooth time!
something.
Does competition even destroy community, though? I'd say people are often united by a shared enemy or a rivalry. That's how competitive sports works.
For modern teams, I'd say ideals of sportsmanship and non-competitive concept seem to prevail a lot more than carnage. The Emmy Awards were actually founded at a time when artists were starting to collaborate more with each other and unionize and start their own production companies. So the big companies decided to make this self-congratulatory show of arbitrary awards for imaginary achievements to pit the artists against each other while creating more promotion for all the works they've continued to profit off of. Your triathlon doesn't really have a team, right? Doesn't it help to know you'll be working with other people during the performance?
Much more motivated by the competition of it.
So are you planning on winning?
Well, this is my first one. I'd say my chances are pretty low, but that doesn't mean it's impossible.
Then why compete?
You're kind of assuming there's only one way of winning or losing, when for me, there's really winning and winning less. I don't need to win a race to race well. That accomplishment in itself is something, and it's one step on a longer journey towards potentially winning.
And somehow all this training you're doing is worth just racing well? That sounds more like valuing self-improvement, a result, and not so much competition, a cause or means. Maybe with the support of your community and by training with other people and or even for other people instead of by yourself to compete in the system and lose, you'd actually be a lot better off. Or like the potential we were talking about earlier. Sure, maybe some people have smaller and larger infinities, but even if people were somehow less valuable, that doesn't mean they have no value. They are still vital in the grand scheme of life. If you help other people, you increase the likelihood of their infinite potential manifesting into infinite realities, and one of those realities is affecting other people, which will then affect other people ad infinitum. Wouldn't competition for the sake of winning just for yourself dramatically shrink your potential?
That grand scheme of life concept is interesting though, because like in the grand scheme of life, relative fitness and competition is like a super important thing, right? We have to prioritize those with the most potential so that future generations have more potential, so that they get more done, and then generations after them have bigger infinities ad infinitum. If we value those with less value as equal to those with objectively more value, then we'll keep the value average low, and change will continue to slow until the world is destroyed.
One of those starving people could end up inventing lab meat growing technology, though, that erases the meat industry completely, like you'd want, bringing human society closer to sustainability. Okay, wait, you're gonna bring up a population control thing though, right? Let me go back a bit. First of all, nature always promotes diversity. Second, ecological competition is far more concerned with populations and less so with individuals, as far as I'm aware anyway. The population's best functioning cohesion. And third, the ecology of it, because that's what you want to talk about, is a self-regulating concept. By saying we get to decide what should and shouldn't compete, we attempt to remove ourselves from the laws and build our own, selfishly and narrow-mindedly drawing connections to the true ones in place for millennia, the one that brought humans about. And then we go extinct, because no matter how high and mighty we act, we are still subject to the laws. And I'd like you to compete with that.
Hey, is this your chicken?
Oh my gosh! Yes, it is! Thank you so much! How did you find him?
Well, I don't know. He was just kind of in the basketball court, and I had to attempt him to get to me, so I had to do like this whole. You know, maneuver, and he jumped into my arms. So.
Wow! Thank you so much!
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
When did it appear? How did it get in your arm?
Just ignore him.
Well, I was, you know, balling it up, and I kind of. And he just, you know, was naturally attracted to that, so.
Is there anything I could do to repay you?
No, that's all right. I'm just happy to get him back to his home.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no worries, no worries. All right, I'll see you around. Would you maybe want to hang out sometime though?
Yeah, sure. I'm actually free for dinner.
Cool. Yeah, that works.
Okay, cool.